Welcome back to the 21-Day Sugar Detox. Today is day 3. Today, I want to just introduce quickly a video that you're going to be watching on how many carbs are right for you. Now, this is again one of the areas on the program where folks end up restricting further than is really necessary. One thing I want you to really keep in mind is that when you are reducing sugar in your diet, when you're getting all of that added sugar out, keeping the good carbs in, something like a sweet potato with some ghee and some cinnamon, it actually will contribute to helping you avoid cravings. That feeling after dinner where you're just craving something will either not hit at all, or it'll be a lot less severe because you included that really good quality carbohydrate that had that hint of a sweet taste, but not overly sweet, just that natural sweetness from the sweet potato. It's going to do wonders for you. So rely on that. Don't feel like those carbohydrates are a bad thing. I promise they're really going to help you out. First thing you need to know about figuring out how many carbs are right for you, you want to eat carbs according to not only your level of activity, but the type of activity that you're doing. What do I mean by that? The types of activity that don't really require a lot of carbohydrates all the time, low intensity workouts, I'm talking things like yoga, Pilates, walking, weightlifting. To feel okay doing those things, you don't need a ton of carbohydrates. If you're sprinting, it's high intensity. If you're walking, it's low intensity. And if you're jogging/running, that's a moderate intensity. If you are eating carbs according to your activity type and you are doing CrossFit, you're gonna need more carbohydrate, period. Unless your CrossFit gym happens to program more of what I would call a strength bias. So if you go to a CrossFit gym and you're just kind of walking in and lifting and you're not doing what's called metabolic conditioning or a Metcon, then you'd be okay eating a little bit less carbohydrate. The second factor is eating carbohydrates according to your body type and your own body's response to a higher or lower carbohydrate level. So here's an example. Do you hold on to fat very specifically around, ladies, your bra line, around your lats, your wings? That's a sign that you may be eating more carbohydrate than you really need. So here's a great example. I definitely hold on to body fat there, for sure, 100%. So if I'm eating more carbohydrate, then I'll pack more fat on there. And when I drop my carbs for a period of time, I start to lean out right there. The third point about figuring out how many are right for you, you hate it when I say this. I know you do, because you want me to give you a prescription. You want me to say, eat this many carbs and that's your answer. It doesn't work like that. It just doesn't. You have to write down what you're doing. You have to track what's going in. You have to write down what your activity is, and then you have to see how you feel, right? Some signs that you're not getting enough carbs for your activity level are low energy. You don't feel great in the gym. Your energy is not good. You're not sleeping well. Your mood isn't good. Those are all really big signs that you're not getting enough carbs. And for the folks who have trouble gaining weight, get in more carbs, for sure, 100%. Now, for people who are like, am I eating too many carbs? If you're really struggling to lose body fat and the type of exercise you're doing doesn't quite demand the carbohydrates that you are eating, you need to lower them. In the overall balance of things, it is about an energy balance that's going in the wrong direction. So what I mean by that is if your overall caloric intake is too high, you'll be in a situation where your body is probably gonna hold on to more weight. And if you're at a deficit, then it might lose weight. That's not an exact science. Some people are like, well, I'm eating at a deficit, why aren't I losing any weight? Well, because it's not quite that simple, but at some point it matters. Are you eating far too many calories for you or far too few calories for you? How much energy are you putting in the tank, and what kind of energy is that? This is another one of those moments where you just have to get real with yourself. If you have goals, you have to adjust what you're doing. If you don't have goals, I don't care what you eat, but it seems like you guys have some goals. Keep track of what's going on so that you can assess for yourself what will make you feel better. Nobody knows the exact portions that are right for you except you and your body. So listen to it and respond with the appropriate foods, and you will get through this program no problem. All right, that wraps up day 3. I'll see you guys tomorrow for day 4.